Hi everyone, my name is Carla Torgerson. I'm the head of Learning Experience Strategy at Torrance Learning. And recently I've been teaching classes about how to teach virtual instructor-led training. It's a certificate program that's offered through ATD. And we've been teaching people how to really do good facilitation in that virtual instructor-led environment, right? So assuming that you're teaching over Zoom or Teams or WebEx or something like that. And what's really interesting to me is that across many learners and different groups, I resoundingly hear people say their number one concern about virtual instructor-led training is how to engage their audience. How do I engage those learners? And it's really hit me that I don't think I hear that same level of angst from people who are designing e-learning materials. And what I find really interesting about that is I think we should be equally concerned about engaging our learners, whether we're in e-learning or virtual instructor-led training or instructor-led training. But I think in virtual instructor-led or instructor-led training, we are held to a different level of standard, or we hold ourselves to a different level of standard, right? Because the learner is actually physically there to hold us accountable. And so as somebody taking an e-learning module, I could be bored, I could be, looking at my emails or whatever it is. But as the designer, I'm not familiar with that. I'm not aware of that. Whereas in those instructor-led environments, I'm very aware and I will, adjust my behavior immediately. And so what I find really interesting is that I've often believed that e-learning designers are often better if they've got experience teaching in a classroom, again, whether that's live or virtual, because I think, at least for me, it's made me a much better person to think about the learner experience, how do I engage those learners, and things like that. And then in addition to that, I think it also helps us to hold ourselves accountable a little bit better. If you think to yourself, okay, if I had to be accountable, if I had those learners sitting here right in front of me, would they be excited? Would they be bored? Would they think I was wasting their time? What would be those facial expressions I'm seeing on those folks right now, right? So I ask you a question. I'll ask you to type in the comments below. What do you think? Do you think that having experience in a live environment helps you to be potentially a better e-learning designer? And I know that's often a rare skill set, that often e-learning designers don't have facilitation experience in the classroom. And then my other question for you is, how do we as e-learning designers keep that focus on the learner and keep thinking about that learner who is holding us accountable, but in a different way? So go ahead, type in the comments below, let us know your thoughts, and let's learn from each other.